The Three Sides to a Story is a pop culture podcast provided as a public service, but is neither a legal interpretation nor a statement of policy. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by Three Sides to a Story or the hosts. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the podcast does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed on Three Sides to a Story are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the view of any entities they represent or any of its officials. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact 502-696-5300 and ask Daniel Cameron why he didn't arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor.
Yo, you are now rocking with Three Sides to the Story, the pop culture podcast for the people. They say there's three sides to a story, one side, the other side of what it really is. Each episode will tackle topics from three perspectives, try to get to the truth. It's your boy Tony B with the homies Rex, Cruz, and Aubrey. Follow us on Instagram at Three Sides to a Story, on Twitter at Three Sides Pod, on Facebook at Three Sides Podcast. Subscribe, tune in, and turn us up on all your podcast platforms.
You're not rocking with the best.
Back up in this bitch. Yo, what up?
I feel like I just teleported here.
I know, like, hold on. That's a funny, hold on. Before you say something, Tony B. That's funny, yo. When Beto pushes play, where do y'all, like, physically go to? Like, do y'all teleport somewhere?
I think so.
To the studio.
I feel like that, too.
Okay. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
You turn on.
Yeah.
I feel like I go to my old like college dorm room bathroom where I used to smoke weed and close the door and cut the vent on.
Steam out.
Yeah, that's where I feel like I transformed to. Yo, that's dope.
That's dope. Oh yeah. What about you, Rex? Where was you teleporting to?
That's Aubrey's happy place.
Man, I feel like I'm back in my man Wayne's basement, like it's 98. You know, similar vibes like Aubrey, but in the basement with hitting play on the tapes.
On the tapes, yeah. Man,
where you at, Tony? Where you and Zebo at? Y'all on the block bullying people?
Shout out to Zebo. No, man, like I don't know. I think it's like kind of I think Aubrey kind of nailed it with that, like. Hot boxing and in a small joint in like college, man. Like, I don't know, something like that. I would say.
Where you at, Beto? Back in the booth at Zentra? Where you at?
No, I'm actually right here, right now, man. In the now. That's where you got to be.
In the current.
Okay.
In the
yeah,
now.
Get the fuck out of here with that fucking political soccer language.
I'm right here, man.
You on some bullshit, baby.
Exactly. I'm in air hole in the
This
studio sitting here.
I'm in the now.
I'm in the now. Speaking of,
because he's a present. Yeah, he's in the present because he's a gift. Hit him, Beto.
Hit
the sound effects.
Speaking of in the now, though, Aubrey, we got guys. We got
which Aubrey? Which Aubrey?
What you mean, which Aubrey? There's only one Aubrey, man.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
Not to be confused with Aubrey Graham.
Yeah, I forgot about
that. I'm just checking. I get confused. Two Aubreys in the same week.
Yeah, that guy. He got his name after me.
Oh, okay.
Facts.
We get in that. Okay. The other Aubrey is that what it is, Aubrey, or the
man? Y'all bugging, man. Listen,
the Dojo Master Usaki Brothers.
Man. You had
we had a nice little run this past week.
Yeah. Talk about that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, man, we had a nice run.
We're talking about rings.
I can't remember where the award came from.
Talking about practice?
Exactly. Man, like I forgot. I was on some panel, and while I was on this panel, man, they were like, they were asking questions and shit, and woo. I would expected y'all to be on because it was only $15, and you dirty bums didn't log in because I could see who logged in.
They had me locked in on Zoom. I was on a Zoom.
Yeah, I was probably on a call. Yeah.
Thanks for the support. So
I was in the nosebleeds.
He was in the nose. You definitely, nigga. You was outside. Nigga,
I was outside.
I liked your Instagram post, so
You mean I got to pay $15 to hear you talk shit? I get that for free, man.
Right?
Yeah, man. I was telling Cass, I said I was gonna pay for it, man.
I hit that
mean,
Instagram post twice. Like, man, good shit, bro.
You motherfuckers suck.
I tried to put your credit card in, but I had the wrong address, so it didn't go. And just for some reason, I think it was the
you
address.
definitely had the wrong address. You probably
You
put
had
the
the
west
wrong-
side on that motherfucker.
The west side one.
You're the wrong for the last four of the social.
I thought it said EBT accepted, but that shit ain't go.
Nah, what was dope though, bro? Like y'all know, man. Like, you know, I've been trying to like get this company and this agency to be more culturally relevant. And one of my things in my office, and I told y'all this before, is to like be agency of the year, small
Yeah,
agency
definitely.
of the year.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was like from the Urban League, nigga, or from
Forbes magazine.
Forbes. I don't care where it was. I just wanted that title.
I needed
somewhere.
the recognition.
Yeah, just to show, to show that like what putting a black man in that position meant. So yeah, man. So I think it was American Advertising Federation, which was the Addies, I believe.
Yeah.
Addies.
So yeah, the Addies. So I was on a call, in a Zoom call, and we was doing this talk, and it was going through the awards, and then all of a sudden it was like Gold Award, OKRP. And I'm like, oh shit, word? Like it was for the lottery spot with Claude.
100%. The hamster joint.
Yeah. And then
Claude.
for like best executed or some shit like that. Gold Award, OKRP, Claude. I'm like, oh fuck.
Damn,
So then they go through the other agencies, and I want to make sure I shout out. It was Havas. That was on the call with me, Havas.
They got they got second. We got second.
Yeah, where did Jeremy work? What was
Jack Morton?
Jack Morton, and then it was like Weber Shandwick, and then another agency. I mean, they were all like official agencies and shit. So
he said official.
I mean, they were like agencies.
Big names, big dogs. Yeah, they were big dogs, not the startups.
Yeah. None of these fly-by-night agencies. We talking real
events.
Eventsinc.com.
Exactly. And then they went to like campaign of the year, and then we didn't get that. But it was like, I think it might have been Havas. I can't remember. And then they were like, I didn't see this, but I didn't know it was coming. And then it was like agency of the year. Man, when they flashed that goddamn logo up there, boy, man, I was like, man, look at this shit, man, nigga, what? Like, for real, agency of the year, bro? Like, I don't care where it came from, man. The fact that y'all even considered us means that we doing something right, man.
Right.
Yeah, kudos and shouts to that. 100%.
That's huge.
Man, that's huge, man. Like, because I was thinking 2022. I wasn't ready for 2021.
Okay.
But 2022,
the experiment works. The experiment is working.
Yeah, and it works, man. To the folks that's listening, man, write down your dreams, man. Put that shit on paper and put it up somewhere, because that shit always come to fruition, man, somehow, some way. So
you were aiming for next year.
I was aiming for next year. I was aiming for Cannes. You know what I mean? 2022, which, we'll get there, but we ain't there right now. I mean, it's only 80 of us, 70 of us. So it's going to take a lot of work to get there, but I was just trying to get some kind of recognition.
Yeah, I think Cannes is like in 2 weeks, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're in that. And I think we just won some other award. Like, so there, I mean, shit is happening, man. So I appreciate y'all taking the time out to make a nigga feel special, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We'll hit him with that golf clap.
Yeah.
What's a golf clap, Rex? I don't even know what that is.
So it's a real soft clap.
That's that light clap.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that light clap.
That's light joint. That's light.
Right, because it ain't done. Like that's light work. That shit ain't.
Yeah.
That ain't done. It's motivating.
Yeah,
so,
definite shouts with that. We did though. Definitely, real quick. We did definitely get on the Havas side. We scooped up 2 of them in there as well. But definitely.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember dude's name, man. He was dope. I really liked that guy, man. He was. I think he had he had a bald head or something like that. He was smart, man. I dug homeboy, man. Let me see if I can find it.
Saw G.
But,
Chicago Advertising Federation Awards, the American Advertising, the AAA Awards.
Yeah, AAA Awards. But I wish I could find homeboy. But he was nice. He was nice with it though. Like it wasn't no question about it.
Mm-hmm. There it is, gold Claude right here.
Yeah. You got fancy search skills, huh?
So yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
cooking, man. Definitely dope shit.
Man, yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate y'all, man.
congratulations, man. That's
That's
dope.
huge.
Yeah.
But that's what's dope about all of us, man. Like I couldn't have did that spot, that the one we won gold for without Beto. Like Beto was a big piece of that, no question. So
You
Beto
heard?
was a part of that.
That's
You know
what's
what I
up.
mean?
That's
Like,
what's up.
and
Yeah, well, I
again,
mean,
like that's what makes three sides to a story plus one with Beto is that like we all somehow try to feed one another. You know what I mean? Like,
Keep it in the family.
yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
we always try to like make that shit work. So
well, I mean, it
100%.
just all around best, real good execution from conception to creation, all the way through, man. You guys definitely deserve that one.
yeah, for sure, man.
100%.
Appreciate it, bro. What's good, Tony B? What's poppin'?
Man, I mean, not too much, man. I mean, let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on in sports too, man. Since we're talking about award winners and
Don't go there, Tony B. Don't do it.
nah,
I know where you going, bro. I know where the fuck you going. You
I
jackass.
mean, Rex was saying your man's Aaron Rodgers was chilling in where was it, Hawaii?
Hawaii.
With his young fiance and
It's like a
some
little
homies.
couples getaway
Couples
or whatever.
retreat, right?
Yo, shouldn't he be?
I thought the season
That's
Cats was at camp
that's
or
actually what
something.
I want to ask you because, like, I think it's to me, and I wanted to ask you what you thought about it because I think it's him, and I think he's right. I think it's him kind of sending a message and a shot at the Packers because they just were saying they not budging and they not trading him and all that shit. So he's basically saying, "Well, I ain't even engaged in the conversation.
I'm not even thinking about this.
Right, yeah. So I respect him for doing that shit. Actually,
Yeah, cat's hilarious.
No,
I'm
serious though.
serious, dead serious. I would have done the same shit if I was him.
I mean, it's essentially I guess. Oh, there's been that big transition over the last, I'd say, call it 5 years, for lack of a better word. I mean, I guess we'll laugh, but not laugh. But LeBron James kind of started the control of where you're going, and it spread across all sports,
Agreed. Yeah,
at least for
agreed.
the most sports, And cats are like, now it's just like I'm not saying now it's like a job, but it's always been a job.
Yeah.
But I feel that now that they realize, they as the athletes, it's like, yo, shit, cats, while it's your team, they're coming to see me,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like from what I'm understanding, man, and like even talking to Bobo, I think that
Shout out Bobo,
shout out
Milltown.
Bobo. I feel like, dude, like they shitted on Aaron Rodgers, and I could see it from a distance, but I didn't think it was that bad, man. Like, you got to think about it, man. He comes in. I mean, at the end of the first round, I think in the draft, and he probably should have been in. Having to be restrained. Like he should have been in the first 5 or 10 in his mind, probably, right? Especially knowing his ego now. And he doesn't become that. Then he gets there. Then he has to sit on the bench
Behind Brett
and sit
Favre.
behind Brett Favre. Exactly, Beto. He has to sit behind him. Then he comes in, he gets his receivers, and then they trade him. And then he comes in again. Then they trade his tight ends. So they never considered him to be a
That
mega
guy.
star, that
Yeah.
guy. And I heard something on I forgot what the chick, the channel with the real fine chick, Jason Taylor's sister, Joy Taylor or whatever that show is.
I'm
And
tripping.
the guy that was on there, Joy, man, Joy Taylor.
Yeah. I didn't realize
Yeah.
it's a sister, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's Jason Taylor's sister, man. Straight up.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. Yeah.
No, not at all.
So whoever that dude is on there, he said something about like, was it ever the right fit? You getting a Northern California guy to come to Green Bay that dates celebrities. Like, is that the right situation for any of the, for the team, the organization, and for Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. I can't call that, man. But what I can call, bro, is that he is our guy. And one thing that we celebrate in Green Bay is our quarterbacks. Y'all know that. Like, no matter,
Rightfully so.
we celebrate our quarterbacks
Yeah.
and every now and then our wide receivers, and then after that, our defensive ends. So yeah, it was hurtful, man, to see that they treated him that way. Like, because he is a perennial What's the word I'm looking for? Rex. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. So whatever he asked for, bro, whatever he asked for, you fucking give it to him, man. Like there's no question about it. And they didn't. And then they drafted the young boy. You know what I mean? Like that's hurtful, man. Like, that's hurtful.
But on the business side, is it smart for the organization to do so?
It is smart. It is smart, Beto.
Again, it's a business.
It is smart. It's smart. Mm-hmm. But they could also be looking at shit like, we don't know what they're doing. Because today I heard something about using Jordan Love, I think his name is, the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, to get the receiver.
To get Julio Jones.
Yeah.
So you never know. Like, all this shit, man, is so weird, man. It's so political, man.
It's kind of petty.
It is all political. It is business, like you guys said, too, right? Because y'all gonna be like, why there goes someone be bringing up Indiana again, but
every chance you get, man.
Aubrey, though, it's the exact same way. Everything you just said about Aaron Rodgers and how they treated the organization treated the situation and drafted the young guy. This is exactly what happened in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning. It's literally the same thing. They went and drafted Luck and basically was like, thanks, but no thanks. Same thing. It's disrespect. Well, not same thing because they're not letting Rodgers go. So it's disrespectful though, right? Like when you get treated like that, and like you said, you're a Hall of Fame quarterback. You're a franchise quarterback.
And Tony B, they wasn't expecting him to be MVP. That's a fact.
No,
so that just changed the whole way of thinking. Now he's MVP. Now what you gonna do? Yeah, now you like, yo, what you gonna do now? I won't show up. But then what happens if this young boy come out and be goddamn Patrick Mahomes?
Right.
Then it is what it is, man. And that's a great conversation though too. Like, do you guys obviously we love our teams. Do you choose players before you choose teams? You know what I mean? Like, I could be upset with Green Bay for doing this to Aaron Rodgers, but if he left, do you leave with Aaron Rodgers or do you rock with Green Bay? I rock with the team.
You rock with the team.
Yeah, you rock with the team.
Yeah, when Peyton went to Denver, I stayed rocking with the Colts. Like, I'm not about to be
Good.
Broncos. I was about to say I'm not about to be a Broncos fan. I watched the Broncos games because I wanted to. Peyton's my favorite player, so I wanted to still see him do well, and he did well. Right? You know what I'm saying? So when he was there, so I mean, but I wasn't like, if the Colts are playing the Broncos, I'm never cheering for the Broncos over the Colts. So it's team over player.
I think it's team over player, but then I still think, I mean, if you got a player, you ride with the player. I mean, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm no longer a Cubs fan or I'm no longer a Bears fan. You know what I mean?
Still watch them, yeah.
But I think, again, I mean, just LeBron, just because that's, obviously, not saying a simple one, but just pretty common. You know what I mean? So, just even, random personally, I was always a LeBron fan, right? When he came in the league. I mean, even prior to that, high school, et cetera, watched that. I was rocking with him in Cleveland. Excuse me. Didn't necessarily fancy the whole decision. Definitely wasn't for lack of a better word, I definitely wasn't rocking with him during Miami.
That's where he lost me.
Yeah, I wasn't rocking with him in Miami. And then
that's bad people around, not around him, but marketing people around.
I mean, that too, but then even just the whole rivalry against the Bulls. I mean, it kind of, you know what I'm saying, for me personally, so that was over. Then he went back to Cleveland, then started liking him again. Moral of the story, I think for me, I'm not a Cleveland fan. Then he went to Lakers or whatever. So I was still riding with that, if that makes sense. But, you're still a Bulls fan. You're still this, but you can still roll with that athlete or that star if that's somebody who you're rocking with,
Yeah, you can definitely 100% be a fan of the player, and warrants it, right? But going back to what Aubrey was saying, if that player, say for example, Rex, if Jordan would have, when he was playing, if he would have,
that's a good point, Tony. There you go. Talk that talk. When he went to Washington, did Rex fuck with him?
I didn't necessarily. I mean, not saying I didn't. You know what I mean? But
you ain't fuck with him.
I didn't like that. I mean, I fucked with them, but I wasn't like, ooh, I'm a Wizards fan. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. There was nothing like, ooh, I'm watching. You know, I'd watch the game and check out the game. And I think part of it is because they started televising it. You know what I mean? So
then you watch it because you're like, let's see what
it
Mike
is.
probably still got it. Might see what it is.
Yeah.
Or let's see what we lost out on.
Yeah, I mean, see what you lost out. I mean, for the Bulls, it was a little bit. Not saying it was. I guess it potentially could be like that, but when they got rid of Mike, it was the whole. It was a pillar moment. You know, it was like the change of the dynasty. So the Bulls definitely wasn't on shit. You know, so not.
But when Mike went to the Sox, that's not enough for me to convert me from a Cubs fan to the no.
Hell, did y'all jump from the Cubs to the Sox?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Good call. Not at all.
Beto, you a Cubs fan?
Man,
I'm
come
a
on.
Cubs fan.
Check the text. Check the thread.
I know y'all had that. I know y'all had that Jordan 45 Sox jersey.
Never.
Y'all loose.
I'm about to get y'all.
Y'all gluttons for punishment.
Never.
Y'all just love loss.
Never.
Check the stats. Cubs first place right now, man.
I wasn't even gonna say nothing over these last few days.
Fucking lie. Hold on.
Bro, they've been winning like game after game.
Hold on. I'm checking right now.
They just cleaned up Pittsburgh.
I mean, it's easy to win games when cats don't even know, the first baseman don't even know to just step on the base and just chasing
tag him out, right?
So that boy Javi be out there playing like his little league on him.
Bro, man, that's what they were saying on ESPN. I was telling Beto earlier, I was like, man, I was about to delete the ESPN app earlier because I was so mad at the update they sent me. You know how the ESPN app, you select your favorite team?
Bro, dirty.
How you gonna send me an update about my favorite team with that little league shit in the headline? I was like, it said like the Javier Baez's base running and circus base running or some shit. They said and the Pirates little league response. I was
bro,
like,
they went for it.
Man, no, the Cubs is tied with St. Louis, bro. Hell out of here.
But I was like, why wouldn't he step on the base?
Tied for
what?
first.
Hold on.
Tied for second.
Tied for what?
Now
you can't read.
I'm looking. No, they got the same records, bro.
But what are they tied for?
Man, division, nigga. Like
the league. Tied for first place. Tied for first place.
NL, not for first place in general.
Bro, it's first place in the division.
And
we didn't say
the
number one team in baseball. We said they're in first place.
Yeah, in the NL. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also tied with fucking St. Louis.
Tied for what?
Man, what are you
trying to say?
I just want to hear you say what they're tied for.
You can go fuck yourself.
Right. That's what I thought. All that shit you've been talking, right?
Aubrey, you sitting there at that 500 mediocre mark, though, don't you? It's cool.
Man,
we're not at 500, bro. If we are, then we're not at 500. I mean,
the Cubs definitely going to be all right this season. Trust me. Like we said before, I mean,
I will say, shout out to the Sox. I love Chicago White Sox, man. Like they always been one of my favorite teams, man. Get out
the Sox in first place, also.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
But the Sox. I mean,
what is Indianapolis? What them
niggas ain't even got a baseball team, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's why Tony rock with Pittsburgh.
Why you gotta? I wasn't shitting on your whack ass.
I wasn't, man. I wasn't shitting, bro. I was like.
But think about it real quick.
You knew damn well there was no motherfucking baseball, Major League Baseball team.
The Indy Clippers,
the Gary Goofies.
Get your ass out of here.
I tell you what, Milwaukee taking care of business in the NBA right now, though. 3-0.
Yeah, we hooping.
That's as kind of. I'm not saying as expected, but I'm glad at least they are. You know, I definitely was rooting against them, but for sure.
They up 3-0, right?
3-0, yeah.
3-0.
Jimmy, Miami and them got to retool a little bit. You know, they need a little more offense.
Yeah, man.
Because they're about to get swept, I think, bro.
Nah, maybe not swept. They might come back and put 2 of them on. You know, but I think still. I mean, Jimmy might mess around and put 60 on him, and they might win by 2.
The only reason saying this is because he's from Chicago. That's
no. I'm serious.
Like you cannot believe this, bro. Like you.
Bro, I'm telling you, Jimmy's.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
They've been beating their ass, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
we've
say
been
they was about to come back
fucking-
and win 4-1. I said Jimmy might score 60 and they might win by 2 points. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're
Dude,
right.
that-
Game one was close. It was a 2-point game.
You guys,
Yeah.
have delusion of grandeur.
Bro, I never said that y'all about to get swept. I didn't even say they about to come back. I just said they're probably
They,
going to win
they
a
might
game.
win a game.
Rex said put 100 on it, Aubrey. He said they coming back. And
Oh
taking
no,
the series.
man! I put more than 100 on it. Rex already know when it comes to that type of shit, man. Rex ain't doing that. He ain't gonna play that game
Because you ain't paying up.
That's right. I'm about to
Is that-
say.
is that why?
Aubrey,
Don't we got some bets already?
Yeah, isn't there a bet like you still owe us from?
Beto, hit the
From, like,
time
the-
stamp. Let's go back and figure
From
this
like
out.
the
Aubrey
NFL season in like
Aubrey
2019
owes-
or something.
Aubrey owe everybody on him money. I think. Matter of fact, trust me. I'm gonna do the math. I'm gonna do the science and go back and track this.
Tony B, I owe you $20. You better shut up about that goddamn $20.
You do still owe that $20.
Yeah, that's it. I don't owe nobody else nothing. But
I
listen,
think-
what I do owe y'all is to tell you that the Milwaukee Bucks is real. This shit, man. Nigga, with Giannis, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, PJ Tucker.
That shit
You know
sound
what I'm
weak as
saying?
hell.
Why did y'all sign J. Cole?
They should have.
He would have fit in with that team.
He probably would have low key a bunch of middle tier niggas.
Man, keep that nigga J. Cole in Zimbabwe. Let that nigga stay there, man.
Nah, he coming back, bro.
When he did his time,
he said he had some family issues to come back and attend to, so he's wrapping up over there.
got you.
But I mean,
That sounds like a. I'm sorry. It sounds like a Rockefeller play. Go over there. Hold on. Let's talk about this real quick, Tony B.
Okay.
Send your main man over there, the illest cat that love to play ball. Send him to Africa,
Get him an opportunity.
which is an ill move. Africa is an ill move, right? Send him over there. And then you saw what happened the other day. This cat was giving out Pumas and Puma jackets. Yo, I'm telling you, man.
It was a marketing ploy,
So marketing
man.
was it?
It
Was it all marketing?
ploy.
He gave out shoes. There's a video of him giving out kicks to everybody.
Yeah, he was giving out shoes to his
signing
team.
to these motherfuckers. The ones that just dropped. Like,
The one that Dave Jeff had.
Yeah, them shoes is terrible, by the way.
Or not those then.
Nah, J. Cole shoes is terrible. Pumas is doing.
Oh, those Dreamville joints.
he has his
Jesus
own
Christ.
shoes. Yeah,
I
So
remember them.
So he was over there he gave out like shoes to like not just the team. It was like the
The whole
entire
staff.
like arena.
The league or somebody.
Yeah, they went over there and just dropped J. They went over there and dropped J. Cole off, man. Just was like, yo, go play some hoops for a minute. Have some fun. And then we gonna flood the market.
Go
with
sell
Puma.
some shoes.
Yo, that's some wild shit, bro.
The whole league converted.
That
Oh,
is so
please.
funny, man.
Drop an album.
Drop it out. Yeah, you know
And
what?
then go ball out.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
They
He
did
had,
it.
he had the #1 album, and then like as soon as it dropped and it hit like #1, he was the next news story about him was, oh, and by the way, he's now over in Rwanda playing professional
hooping.
basketball.
Yeah.
Like,
Dropping triple singles on niggas.
right, like his stats are like, bro. I want to read this, bro.
Triple singles.
I'm not mad at him though.
Bro, Rex, I gotta ask you about this, man, because your favorite basketball player of all time, Steph Curry, got on IG Live,
And he was
with J. Cole talking about, yo, bro, we both on that off season now, huh? I was
Right.
like, man, I gotta ask Rex
the
about
Carolina
this.
the Carolina flex real quick.
Hilarious.
Steph about to bring them Under Armours over there.
Right, all right.
Hey,
But yeah.
shout out to Rock Nation, for their they thinking and how smart
effort.
they are.
Yeah,
that's-
100%, definitely.
The effort is real though.
Yeah, they smart as hell over there.
I mean, while we're not even clowning because we're not clowning, we're just having a good time. But no, that's definite. It's a big deal.
It was smart marketing. I mean,
Well, it's bigger than. I mean, it's definitely smart marketing, but it's still.
it's establishing the brand, and I mean, over in another country too, like building that. It's tough. What were you saying, Rex? My bad.
no.
What'd you guys-
same? I'm not saying same shit, but basically the scenario.
What'd you guys think of the album?
Heat.
Oh, I ain't hear it, man.
That
I ain't
album
hear
is
it.
You
dope,
ain't here yet?
No, I ain't heard it,
Yeah,
man.
Cameron on the intro. He got
Oh man,
Oh, he got Cameron on
the
there.
first Cameron joint got me, man. I
That
was like,
nigga
oh,
said
I'm in.
Cameron. Oh
Yeah.
my god,
I'm
Oh.
in.
yes. All right, and and he also got that Little John sample at the end of that intro with Cam. It's a dope album. He addresses the fight with Puff, but he got Puff on the album too. Like,
Yo, do we know what happened with that? Like, does anybody know or no?
I'm sure Tony B know.
his manager. That's funny, right? His manager said the other day that because everyone started saying like, oh, what the rumor was that Puff like poured a drink on Kendrick because of the Control verse, and everyone
Hold
was
on. Wait, hold on. Back up. What'd you say?
The internet story was that like they were at it actually happened at a VMAs after party. But the whole thing, the internet bullshit story was that Puff was ran up on Kendrick because Kendrick had that Control verse and said he was the king of New York, and poured a drink on him, and then they said J. Cole stepped in. So the story never sounded believable to begin with. So basically, J. Cole.
That sounds crazy, bro.
It sounded stupid. So like every time it came up, like his manager, J. Cole, Puff, like everyone would be like, "Nah, dead that." So like he addressed it on here and basically said, you know, his last fight was with Puff, and didn't like get into details about it. But his manager basically said, you know, they were at this VMAs after party. It was like Puff, Beyonce, J. Cole, Kendrick, the dudes from TDE, and shit kind of got heated, and cats got into it or whatever. But
yeah, I can't imagine
shit was cool after that. Like,
yo, can y'all imagine somebody in a club or some kind of public event throw a drink on you, man? That's pretty disrespectful.
That's pretty disrespectful.
Like,
but everybody says that was involved. Just to be clear, that was the internet rumor. So like back when it happened, like the blog shit, like no one ever, everybody involved never said. Everybody always refuted that and said that's not what fucking happened. Like there was no drink poured on anybody, and it wasn't in a situation with J. Cole like stepping in and defend him or whatever.
Didn't Puff had a problem with Drake, right? The artist of the decade. I feel like he did, right? Like
they did over the 0 to 100 beat because supposedly Puff gave him that beat to write for him, and Drake took it and dropped a song.
Motherfuckers don't like light skinned rappers, man. They be the most successful, but they, you know, but yeah, like. I don't know,
the most
man.
successful.
Yeah, I mean, you know, typically they are. But what I will say, man, is that when you think about that boy Drake, and we had this conversation before, I wish we can go back, but I think I told y'all before, I don't know if y'all agree with me, is that Drake is probably the illest rapper of all time. Not as far as skill set, but
artist.
Yeah, like he's the Beatles.
So it's kind of interesting. Not interesting.
Go ahead,
real quick. No, real quick. I think you have to like, because I mean, all three of us kind of did it. I mean, you said it, but all three of us still did it because it's like you say he's the illest rapper, then you're like, well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because he does have bars. You know what I mean? Yeah, it seems like this is asterisks in there. You know, I mean, I guess it's because is a pop star in a sense, which is again no disrespect. You know, I mean, he's a rap cat.
He's talented regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. Just and he's an I think he's bigger than rap, if that makes sense. And I don't mean it bigger than that. You know what I mean?
I don't think he is. I mean, he is, but he's not. Man.
Well, he's an entertainer.
He's an MC, man.
No, he's an entertainer.
Time out. Is he though? Because like
he is. He's an MC.
No, I agree with you, but. Drake, I think Drake is an amazing artist. He writes great songs.
Does he?
I'm talking about songs, not raps. I'm talking about songs like that he's written for.
Asterisk. I mean, again,
Beyonce
is it him though?
Rihanna or whoever. Well, the singing shit, I can imagine him writing that singing shit. Some of the rap shit, I think that's where when the Quentin Miller thing came out, like you had to question the pen, and the question of the pen came into play a long time before that. But before I say all this, I just want to give him his props because he's got this rapping, singing thing on lock. I'm always going to give anybody the props where it's deserved, and this guy has run the blogs. I mean, think about the eras when you talk about artists of the decade. I think he definitely deserved that honor because he ran the blogs, he ran the charts, the streaming game, the sales, the singles, the tours. He's an amazing artist overall. So yes, he is.
The streams,
the streams, he ran all that. He's running all that shit. Like so. And especially when it comes to Billboard, like when now the way the shit hits,
man.
When he drops an album, he's got like 4 songs, or the whole album is charting in the top 10.
I just looked up. I'm just going through his
resume.
I just looked up songs that Drake wrote. To me personally, one of the illest songs ever made was that "Unthinkable" by Alicia Keys. What if I make you look crazy?
That's a great song, yeah.
Man, what? That fucking Unthinkable, and Drake wrote that shit, bro. And that's one, bro.
Wait, what's the credits? Is it Drake, Alicia Keys, and multiple writers? Because, bro, it's hard to tell how much a writer contributed the way songs are credited now. Look at Kanye's credits. It's like 95 people.
Yeah,
I might give you a hook, and you know what I mean. I'm not saying
a line. If I give you a line, you got to credit me, right?
That's what I was trying to say.
I think when they talk about writer, it's probably just him writing this, man. Like I don't think it's something different, bro. I really don't.
It is though in this era, though, is what I'm saying. Though.
In this era, but Drake is not in this era. Drake, you got to forget. Drake is probably. I don't know how the fuck Drake.
But we talk. Okay,
he spans a couple eras.
This song was made in 2013.
He's artist of the decade, bro. So we're talking 2011 to 2021, right? So what I really want to get into is we know he's a great collaborator, great for the features. He's a great. He has great songs where he's rapping. Has great songs where he's singing in a mix, right? But I really want to get into is Drake the rapper? How great is Drake the rapper? Because I was arguing about this last night with my cousin about his status as a rapper, and my cousin is from our era, like you, Aubrey, and he said that Drake's the GOAT MC, and I'm like, just like Rex, I'm like, is he though? Not ever, right?
I feel he's credible. He's credible enough to stand his own. I mean, he's not whack by any means.
Drake is probably the GOAT MC, not the GOAT rapper. He's the greatest microphone controller.
Well, that's what makes me. Well, that's why I said.
Okay, then let's talk about. Let's go to greatest rapper then, because that's what I want to talk about him as a rapper. I hear what you're saying, Aubrey.
But real quick, let me jump in. But put him on a track with the Butch and the Griselda niggas, and he can hold his own. It ain't like, ooh, who's that?
That's a triple.
100%.
That's a triple.
Hold on, I'm gonna hit you with another one. But then you could put him on the track with the Migos when you didn't know it was Migos, and it still sounds like okay.
You can't put him on the track with Action Bronson though.
Yeah, you could.
Nah, you couldn't. Not with Wu-Tang. None of them. I mean, like,
have him singing.
I don't know.
What you said?
Wu-Tang gave him the cosign.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying like style wise, like can he?
Yeah, I think he could because I mean, I don't think he can get on
the track. I would say this. He would do it. Well, if he would have done it, he would have put them on the Wu-Tang Forever joint on that album.
That's a fact. He didn't.
And he didn't.
He might not want to. I don't want to say humiliate himself. He might have. Maybe.
This cat said that.
Nah, bro. Okay, well, let me ask you this.
Real quick, but he can definitely get. And then Tony, it's you. My bad. But he can. I feel he definitely can hold his own. You know what I'm saying?
Against anybody,
with most cats.
I mean, just listen to what is that? Forever with like Kanye, Lil Wayne, Eminem, and Drake.
Yeah,
I mean that's honestly every single one of those.
Yeah, the best verse on there actually.
No, he didn't.
Eminem did. Eminem did, dude.
Eminem had
Eminem,
and I'm not even like.
Ultra Eminem stand.
Yeah, he had that was Eminem's like moment, like on that joint, like that was an amazing.
Motherfuckers pumped that motherfucker up too. I mean, he nice, bro, but the problem with M, man, like everybody is just waiting for it. So no matter if it's killer or not, as soon as you hear his voice,
It's
Yeah,
so
as soon as you hear
critiqued.
his
No,
voice, you get chills.
his fan base is just so we're not gonna ever say anything he does is whack. So like, and it's such a big fan base that every time he drops, it's gonna
Who
be
It's gonna sell.
quote
yo,
unquote successful.
who y'all think got more number ones? Drake or Eminem?
Oh, Drake,
It's Drake.
More than M?
easy,
Yeah.
easy, yeah. Oh yeah.
Think about it.
think- I-
Eminem hasn't had that many.
I think he's got
singles
more.
Like that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Maybe in the 2000s he was running it a little bit, but not like
Drake
longevity.
is more
Drake got
was
him.
more consistent.
Yeah.
I think M might have more volume and like
Eminem
one-
has more record sales.
That's
Yo,
what I'm,
Drake,
yeah,
Drake
that's what I
might
was
be
trying
the
to say.
most wealthiest rapper of all time. Like
Oh,
off of
Jay-Z.
music. No, I'm talking about off of music. Jay
No
is
way. How is he the most wealthiest? OVO is under Young Money and Cash Money, and under Universal. So how is he the?
Yo,
He just got a lot of
I
music.
don't think I mean I can't tell you, but I don't think that deal is what we think that deal is. But what I will say is that somebody that spends the kind of money and does the kind of things that Drake does, man, like it's a different level, bro.
I hear you.
Like,
I hear you. He does do.
it's a
something.
whole different animal, man. Like after
But-
his award, he rented out whatever stadium and had a dinner for like 12 people on a 50-yard line, bro.
He getting that money and he getting that money in U.S. dollars and
And then
putting it
you-
in Canadian.
that's-
He flipping it in
that's a flex.
Canadian.
You know what though, Aubrey?
That's a
I
flex.
don't
And
think
then y'all saw the crib,
I don't
right?
think.
Y'all saw the crib, right?
Yes,
And
but
he got
Aubrey,
free health care.
Aubrey, I don't think. Right. But Aubrey, I don't think like that
Free
necessarily.
healthcare, that's funny.
I don't think we necessarily need to look at the price tag on that. I think what we need to look at is the ingenuity of the idea, right? Because it's just that what he did is not accessible to every other celebrity.
Nah, he's basically like a Canadian Disney kid.
No, but I'm saying that's what he did. Any other person in that wealth level or whatever, or at that A-list celebrities, they could have done that. They just didn't think to do it. He did it, right? So I don't think it's like it's not about like it's an unattainable thing.
And it might have been free, bro. It might have been free.
Yeah,
What
but
do you
that's
do?
what I'm
We don't
saying.
know.
It's not unattainable though. So that I don't think it speaks to his like.
So that's not
Well-
what I'm saying, man. What I'm saying is that this guy is probably like the Michael Jackson of this generation.
Yeah, that's
no-
more. I would say more. Yes, that.
There's no
I see
question
that.
about it.
Okay, yeah,
I
agree
would
with
say
that.
more that than the best rapper.
I cannot go with the best rapper because, and I'm
I'll
gonna
say
say
MC. I'm gonna say he's the best MC.
I can no because MC is even deeper than rapper, right? Because that comes from hip hop, bro. Like so,
Well, MC means that you control the crowd.
I know, but
I would say his.
we're gonna say he's a better MC than Method Man and Redman. Like
I would
in their
almost feel
prime?
like I would almost feel like his
we
more
talking about
direct
moving the crowd?
competition. His competition is more Chris Brown, and I don't mean that in a diss.
I
You
know,
know
you
what I'm
don't.
saying?
I know what you mean.
No, it is.
Hold on.
It
What I
is.
will say, like, yes, we all know Meth and Red. We all know, KRS-One. Like, how they move
Busta
the crowd.
Rhymes.
Definitely Busta Rhymes. I think, yes, they can do it at maybe, like, I'm just making this up, right?
DMX.
They can control 100,000 people, right?
Yes, sir.
At the biggest way, maybe 50,000 people. Drake controls the world, bro.
Yeah,
The world.
That's
Motherfuckers
what I'm
don't
saying.
even understand what he's
that's
saying.
kind of what I was saying. Like
So
he's
I'm-
bigger than rap.
So when I
you
say,
know?
yeah, I agree with that too, Rex.
He's a
But when I
global.
say
He's a
he is
global
the
artist.
ultimate, when I say he is the ultimate MC, because one, he raps and he raps his ass off. When you can control the world, man, like that's a whole different thing, bro.
I feel
like
like him and
Bus is
Kanye.
nice.
I feel like him and Kanye are probably in their own and
Yes,
not,
on
mean,
the
not
same
meaning
level.
not meaning better than anybody else in the artist standpoint. But I feel like they're in a separate category.
They're on their own. Yeah.
Pharrell kind of, but not really in a sense. I mean, he's a similar artist in that standpoint, but he's obviously not rapping as much as them. You know what I mean?
Culturally, Drake and Kanye are at the top, right? Like, I mean,
They're kind of the Steph Curry in a sense of the artist of the rap, if you would, right?
Yeah, I mean, because this is my thing about Drake. He does everything so well, right? But like even like my thing about the raps is like you go back to like the shit that like at the time I was like, man, that's Flex like hating the video of him spitting on Funk Flex for the first time, where he's reading off a BlackBerry and rapping
Right.
and shit, right? Like, and then the Quentin
Ain't
Miller
even nothing wrong. Ain't even nothing wrong with that.
and nothing wrong with that, but it was just weird that it was like the way like Flex
set it
up like
he set him up
to shit on Drake, like right.
Yeah,
so
he set it.
it was some corny shit on Flex's part, but still,
Per
like you look
usual.
at that, but yes, right. But you look at that video and it's like okay, and then like
He survived it.
he survived that, and then the Quentin Miller shit happens, and you get like not just, and again, Flex was behind that too, but you don't just get the. It's not just the video of him rapping Quentin Miller shit. You get the reference tracks and everything, right? So
That's whack.
right, so you get like Quentin Miller's rapping the shit that Drake just put out, right?
The
So,
credits.
right. So you know what I'm saying? So like since that shit happened, and the whole Pusha and Drake situation and everything, like I think that does. I'm not trying. I want to be clear, like because I feel like I might be coming across as a hater. I'm just trying to portray, like, or show the other side of the coin here when it comes to this conversation. Because Drake is amazing, but that shit matters in this conversation. In fact, it's a main criteria.
Hold on, let's talk about that real quick, Tony.
It's a main criteria.
Yo, I don't know, man. I get hip hop is supposed to be from your voice, but at the same time, Michael Jackson, Prince. A lot of our favorite artists didn't write their songs, man. You know?
That's why I think you put them in the artist category, entertainer category.
Yeah, I agree, Rex. I agree.
You can't call yourself the best rapper alive if you don't write your own rhymes.
I never said he was the best rapper alive.
I think it's different, man. I think it's different when it comes to like singers and when it comes to MCs. And
it is.
How you really got to own your own shit and really come up with your own style, your own lyrics. Than being just like, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna have, because that's what singers do. They get,
because you're a singer.
Yeah, they singer, they get songs.
You're a performer.
They buy songs from people. People write them songs, and they perform
their songs.
Right.
They're singing about love and feelings and shit.
Well, not even what
you can't be rapping about you rapping about some shit that ain't your life. Then that's
you trying to
weird.
tell me Mary J. Blige is only a singer, bro? Shaka Khan,
they're entertainers.
Shaka Khan is only a singer, bro.
They're
you don't think she write and do her own?
No, she's a songwriter.
Exactly. That's what I'm
point.
saying.
Both of them.
They're different things.
But they also have writers. Like, come on, guys. Like,
I think
sometimes we too hard on this culture, man. Like,
well,
we're not being hard on it.
I don't think we are. I think we're holding it accountable.
No, trust me. I get it, Tony B. But if you ever been in music and have ever recorded an album, whatever it is, right? It's more
a collaborative.
Correct, Amundo.
Yeah.
So there's always somebody that has writer credits besides you.
All them cats have writer credits.
Just like you asked me when I asked me about
credits.
Yo, when you asked me about that whole thing about Drake writing that Alicia Keys, you was like, yo, who else did it? It shouldn't be a surprise that there's probably some other people on there that did it.
But that matters because that means you have to look at the totality. So it means if there's Drake, if the narrative is Drake wrote the song, but it's Drake, Alicia Keys, Swiss Beats.
But why are we? Hold on, let's.
Then then why is Drake getting the whole credit for the song? Like,
no, so I think we're talking about two different things, right? I think like Rex had a great point. One is pop hip hop, right? It's like that whole. It's bigger than us.
Yeah,
I really only judge shit on the underground, like the opposite of that, right? When it comes to like lyrics, like I don't judge Drake for his lyrics. Like I want to party to Drake, but when I start thinking about lyrics, that's when we get to a certain category that is only for a few. It's not for everybody.
Well, I think that's for the heads,
and I think that's where you gotta. That's where we're trying to carefully place Drake in.
And he doesn't fit there, but he is.
But he's in that arena.
He can play in that arena, man.
He's in there. He doesn't seem like an oddball in there.
When you're saying he can play in the arena, that's I think the thing that makes me kind of. That's what upsets me about Drake because I'm a Drake fan going back to like when So Far Gone came out, and the reason
and when you had on that big ass shirt and that picture you sent, that big ass shirt.
Which picture? Oh,
the rap a lot.
That was a I got it for cheap shirt from the Clips. Not that was the shit that Drake was trying to buy the mic off of. Right? Anyway, no. I'm just saying, like, I thought when Drake was spitting on shit, like, remember when he was rapping over the Kanye shit? From
the kid is nice, man. Like,
he had bars. So I'm saying, like, if you're not right, if we are coming to the conclusion that you're not writing all them bars, then that like dampens the narrative because we're expecting these.
Tony, we have to separate him, man. The problem is all of us on this podcast, man, come from an era where we really know what that shit's supposed to be, right? But there's also really good music that's hip hop that may be written by you or may not be written by you, but we still enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But we enjoy the other side, like more. We have an appreciation for the cats that
there's a time and a place.
Down. You know what I mean?
I hear that. Well, that's an argument. Let me ask you this though, real quick, before we get off the subject. Why? Because like it's such a polarizing topic. Why do you think people either love or hate Drake? It's either like and again, I want to be clear.
He's polarizing.
This is nothing about a hate on Drake from me. I think Drake is dope, but these are questions that I think need to be.
I think Drake. Beto just said he's polarized. Y'all really think Drake is polarized?
Yes, people either hate you. Either are like he's the greatest, or man.
What you thinking, Beto? I don't know why you said polarizing.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan regardless. But I could see, dude, I know a lot of people that no matter what he does, I mean, it could be a fucking hit ass song. He could come back with like, fucking 32 bars and just spit fire, and they'll still hate on him just because I don't know why.
Because he sung his hook.
Probably.
Right? You know what I
mean? To me, he's not. Rex said is he Steph? I think he's more LeBron.
The hate is real because you know what?
I've been changing the game, but go ahead.
People hate success. They're gonna the crab motherfuckers are trying to pull them down. So again, it's just people just gonna hate regardless. So
hit the flow.
I mean, me personally, I'm a fan.
Drop.
I'm a fan.
Yo,
I'm a fan.
Man.
I mean, he really.
That boy, man. Y'all better stop playing with that boy.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I'm a fan.
What's the name of that song?
I'm a fan too. I'm just saying, like, we got to separate the greatest rapper of all time from the greatest MC of all time.
But greatest
artist of all time.
I'm going to put an asterisk next to his name, depending on what category you give me, All
right, so let me ask y'all this, right?
I think he's definitely artist of all time. He's 100%.
Hold on, as an artist, right? Let's just hypothetically say, as an artist, financially as an artist, that's it. Would you sign Nas or would you sign Drake? As an artist,
Drake.
Nothing else.
Drake, obviously.
If I'm looking at who's going to make me money, it's going to be Drake.
I just told you he ran like every single thing.
So hold on. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about
monetized.
That. So then, what is the difference between the two? Why would you choose one or the other?
Because one is the greatest MC conversation. One is the greatest artist of all time.
That is our point, Tony B.
Exactly.
So you answered your point. There's your point.
That whole fucking conversation was is he in that greatest MC rapper of all time?
The point is, bro, like we would all love to sign Nas first, right?
But you would
we
sign
know
Drake,
who's going to make money because he makes hits after fucking hits.
But it's not about the money. It's about the rapping shit.
Right. So then now we're talking about like morals and shit, right? Like
between Nas and Drake, just like you said.
No, I think we're saying the same thing, bro. What I'm saying is that the reason we would love to sign Nas is because that's what we believe in. That's what the science is behind hip hop, right? Mm-hmm. But
because
Drake is not too far off. And he's going to sell a shitload of albums in America and Canada.
He can emulate.
And Japan.
And global because he's light skinned and he's Jewish. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a whole thing, man. Like,
you can go anywhere
with him.
He
can emulate styles.
So he can never be the best rapper, bro. We already know.
That's what I wanted you to just say the whole fucking time.
No, I told you he's the best MC. That's what I told you.
But still, MC.
So Aubrey's really saying best entertainer.
entertainer. Yes.
Correct.
is what he's
Let's
saying.
take out the because I think
He's using the real. Well, he's
the
using
literal definition.
the literal.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking
He's
about
using
like
the ultra literal definition because
like
he
the
can
cat that
control
can
the
get
I'm
on-
crowd.
talking about MC from like
Big Daddy Kane.
yes, like
No, I'm talking about MC that can control the crowd. So,
Yes.
I'm saying that yes, those dudes could.
In
but
a different
Drake
way,
can
though.
control the world, bro. Like
I've been to a Drake concert at the United
never
Center,
been there.
and that motherfucker was
out of control. I'm
it
sure.
was him and Migos, and
His mug said amigos.
yo, those cats.
Man, you old as hell going to Amigos. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey man, I had free tickets. Shout out to Jackie. But
Trying
yo,
to pick up 21-year-olds.
Full Metal Jacqueline.
that shit was. I was like, yo, man. I was like, man, I would have never paid to come to a motherfucking Drake concert ever. But I was like, this motherfucker killed it here. And then I saw him at, like when Lil Wayne was headlining Hot 97 Summer Jam, and he brought out Nicki Minaj and Drake and all. And you're right, Aubrey. When Drake come out, the crowd go crazy. I mean, it's gonna happen, right? But at the same time, like we are talking about rapping, not practice.
Yeah, I did.
You talking about practice?
I'm gonna do a quick little shameless plug. I did one of Drake's first shows in Atlanta, and where he came, it was like Chucky and what's the rest of them cats, Tony? It was definitely like mixtape season and all that, comeback season. But I'm trying to think. But anyway, what I'm trying to get to. But when I saw the show, it was at like the Opera or whatever in Atlanta. Drake definitely put on a show, you know. And at that point, I definitely, not saying like I had the air, but I mean I knew he was definitely going to be that, just the way, you know what I mean, he was able just to kind of flow through the whole thing, you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Where was that at?
Back in that step off stuff back in the day. So this is shit probably like 2012 maybe 2010. No, maybe even before that. Like shit, probably like 08. You know, I'll tell you in a few.
Shit.
Yeah. Hold on. But yeah, back in Atlanta. You know. So anyway, 2010.
Damn.
I think one thing that's underrated, man, that people don't really talk about it, except the people that really listen, is his producer, man. What's that dude's name? Like Noah
Habib.
Yeah.
40.
For what is
Drake?
it? I don't know what it is. Yeah, for Drake.
Yeah, his name.
That dude.
His name's
is,
no, but he goes they call him 40.
Shabib.
Yeah, that's
Noah
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
Shabib.
Shout out to that. Yo, shout out to that dude because he I mean he's basically produced the soundtrack, like the soundtrack for all this shit that Drake does, right?
Dude,
He's created the
created
sound.
the whole sound, bro.
Yeah.
The
And I don't
entire
think
sound.
and you know, as dope as we're saying Drake is, I don't think Drake is as successful if Drake is rapping over, choosing beats like a Nas, for example, right? Like having to pick, if you don't have an in-house producer or whatever. He had the guy that was molding the sound with him the whole time from start to now. Like, and I think that says something about the finished product, man. Like, it's dope.
And dude is sick, right? He's got like MS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Yo,
Yeah.
what's crazy, Rex? Yeah, he does. What's crazy, Rex? I'm looking at the video that you sent, that you did with Drake.
Oh, the Sprite
Yo,
joint.
this is a long time ago, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say,
Like, he looked mad broke compared to
bro.
Yeah,
That's
young.
what I'm, bro.
He said he looked mad, bro.
that's-
Yeah.
I mean, he probably wasn't, but he just
I mean, look
looked-
how his whole style was different. I mean,
his whole style was chump, son.
he didn't have no style in that joint. Where
Nah, bro.
Dog. You know what? One time, man, I was at I think the BET Awards. I don't know if I told you that. And I was at the bar chilling, and I saw this nigga Eddie Murphy walk in, bro. Yo, that shit was like looking at God, nigga, man. This
I
nigga,
bet shit.
he didn't even like seem like he walked or floated. This motherfucker was also. I was just like, yo,
It has moved.
he just moved, and I'm like, yo, look at
Slid in.
this motherfucker. And that's how I suppose, like, looking at Drake from this video that when Rex fucked with him, to how he looked now. And you in an environment as a young kid, I wouldn't care how he walked in now, but as a young kid or a younger person, you see this nigga walk in, yo, it's gonna be, yo, he's on
Right.
some Michael Jackson shit, bro. No question about it. Bro.
Yeah,
He's
man.
somewhere else, man.
He is, man. He is. And I think, like I said, man, just switching lanes a little bit here. He's like Drake is like, I feel like he gets, and, sometimes it's me even hating on him, but because, and I don't think, I want to be clear, I'm not hating. I think I just hold motherfuckers in this rap shit to a higher standard, but if we're going to talk about them in a greats. But I think he gets the same type of criticism like a LeBron gets for like, shit we were talking about with like the playoffs and shit. When he's like flopping and a little bit of whatever, and cats are like, oh, he's such a bitch because of this. Like, I think like fans get so fucking crazy. It's like, yo, man, like, how you gonna call people bitches and then get even more crazy offside of the social media shit? People like Braun are like, yo, I can take that shit, whatever. Like, all right, I just you take it to a certain level, and then then this shit is a whole different story, right? Like, and rightfully so, right? Like, fans were wilding this fucking week, bro. Like,
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
it's crazy because like the whole shit started off too with Kyrie getting asked about like the Boston fans being racist and shit, and then and he's like, "Yo, man, I don't really want to get too much into it, but everyone knows it is what it is." And then the next thing you know, Russell
Boom.
Westbrook
With the popcorn,
gets hit with the popcorn, and then the same fucking night, bro, Trae Young gets fucking spit on right over 50 and the 50 and the chick 50 was with, man. Like,
And then it was mad low key, not low key, but I don't even think Mad Cats came out. But I think I had sent it to you guys earlier. Ja Morant's father said something. There's like 3 situations at Memphis, or where I don't even know where, if it was at Memphis. Where did they play at? I'm tweaking in a sense, but wherever they played at, there was 3. I think somebody had to get escorted out because of throwing racial slurs at either his dad or towards Ja or something in that sense.
That's wild. That's wild. That's terrible.
Yeah. I'm tweaking on who they're
That's
playing
terrible.
right now.
fans be
Utah,
bugging
isn't it?
right now.
Isn't it Utah?
Utah. No, who?
Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, they played Utah. Yeah.
So in Utah, they had a situation, same thing. I guess it just hasn't been heavily, publicized, but definite.
So damn shit, that's crazy, man. So it's like literally all these games, shit is popping off like this.
So Cats is I mean, so yeah, Cats are wilding because they're back out and it's not, they're out and shit. But like, what do you think?
They back out, don't know how to act,
You have the right,
bro. I think
you got the right to talk.
yeah, like
you know what I'm saying?
that's it. Like today, Sheed was talking with Rashid and Vince Carter, and they were talking, and he was like, "Yo, man," and Rashid was at the Pacers Pistons. He was on the Pistons when that shit happened, right? So,
and we all know Sheed, right?
yeah, and he was like, "Yo, man," like he was like, "What?" He was like, "What happens if Trae would have saw that and turned around and ran up in the stands?" Like, he said, what he said was a great point. He said Trae would have been, but he said Trae would have, if Trae would have saw it and turned around and ran into the stands, he would have been in the right, but he would have been made out to be the bad guy. Look at this black dude that ran up in the stands. The same way they did that to Steven Jackson,
this uncontrolled
Ron
nigga,
Artest.
Basically, is what it would have been.
Yes, the same way they did that to Ron Artest and Steven Jackson and Jermaine O'Neal and them cats when they ran in the stands. Like, you can't throw shit. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, you cannot, as a man, as a human being,
as a person, not even a man,
yeah,
as a person,
as a human being, everyone keeps saying like, "Oh man, these guys are overpaid athletes." Fuck all that shit.
There's nothing to do with overpaid.
Yeah, these guys are paid what the NBA values basketball players worth. So fuck your opinion. Yes,
it doesn't regard what they're paid.
Yeah. They're paid whatever. That has nothing to do. They're human beings first, right? So you can't throw a fucking drink at somebody. You can't spit on somebody. You can't throw popcorn on somebody.
You can tell me
if
I
you did
suck.
that shit right, if you did that shit in real life,
I
without
mean,
the safety net of the stands, what happens?
Oh, it's
so,
over.
so even keeping in real life, so you throw that on like a politician, right? Or the mayor, even the mayor. Not saying like low setting in the mayor, but if look how they escorted. I'm tweaking, man. What's his name? Julian Green. Man, a man that does a lot of the Beto. You might have to take it out just because I might be bugging. But my man
Yeah,
that does
take
does
that
a lot
name
of the
out.
does a lot of the city work. Was at one of the Mayor Lightfoot's presentations the other day, and basically
Oh, right.
he wasn't even. I wouldn't even say. I mean, heckling is the wrong word, but
No,
basically the mayor was lying. Or
right.
telling not true statements in regards to
And
something that he was
he was basically
right.
calling her out.
He was calling her out, saying nothing foul. He wasn't
And
talking.
they escorted him out, right?
They escorted him out, bro. They escorted him out. And this is at a public speaking thing. So what I'm trying to say is he didn't even like throw nothing at her. He didn't, spit at her. He didn't do any of that. And they escorted him out. So with that being said, yeah. You know what I mean? Just take the names out.
No,
But
yeah. No, I feel you, man. Like,
but yeah, on the Trae Young, on the NBA stuff, I mean, I think they have to be held accountable because, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, put it on the streets. You can rewind it back, but putting it on the streets and then in the court, you can't be doing stuff. Remember that back in the day, they were throwing batteries at Milton Bradley. Remember that with the in New York, the Cubs outfielder.
yeah.
Like, what are you throwing batteries?
They said that happened when Dwayne Wade and LeBron, when LeBron went to going back to the decision, when LeBron came back to Cleveland for the first game when he was with Miami, the Cleveland fans were throwing batteries at them then. That shit is crazy. Like, hey, like, don't they like got metal detectors in these motherfuckers?
Is that A or double A?
Right.
Go ahead.
9 volt, like the D joints, like the big motherfuckers from like the kids' toys.
That's just
like,
whack, though, man. I think that's like where
Some Radio Raheem D's.
yeah.
right. These motherfuckers, nah. But it's
have y'all ever like licked a battery, man? The one that has the two little
The
holes.
9?
on
Yeah,
it?
the 9 volts. Oh, yeah, all the time.
quick
Man.
little, that's how you check if it's live.
That's how you know motherfuckers crazy.
man, yo, crazy.
But what makes you think? I mean, we all know you can go to the game and be like, oh man, Tony, you suck, you struck out. Oh man, boo, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's part of being, that's part of the game, whatever game it is, the cheers and that. But I just like, I mean, at the end of the day, technically, I could see you on the street and be like, man, you're ugly, or, you know what I'm saying, your shirt's ugly, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you might be like, oh, F you, or, you know what I'm saying? Keep going, right?
Yeah, man.
But
like,
you can't like, as soon as you like indirectly or directly physically touch somebody, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, especially just because you paid a couple dollars. I don't care if you paid $1,000 for your seat, or if you paid.
It's gonna be some repercussions come behind that.
That's what needs to happen more.
I think we got to put this in context too, because Rex, what you just said, I think is really important. Like, there's certain things in this life that are some of the most disrespectful things you can do to another person.
There's like about 4 or 5 things in there. It's
Yes,
like automatic
right?
fight.
It's
shit.
automatically like I have the 100% unequivocal, unapologetic right to fucking punch you in your motherfucking mouth and
Tony
keep
sound
punching
pissed.
you. No, because it's bullshit that they make. I hated this because of how they made Ron Artest sound so crazy when this happened.
You know why? I mean, definitely Artest
Yeah,
is the guy
100%.
because it's
But because
Indiana.
No, but also because they were like, oh, he's a black dude that
Nah,
grew
man,
up
I'm
in
Joking.
Queens and all that shit.
I'm joking and being
The
serious
whole-
and joking at the same time.
Yeah, but no, it just, you know what I'm saying? It just drives that narrative. Like, and she said it today. Like, yo, man, if Trae Young would have retaliated, if he would have saw it, he's the bad guy, not the dude that spit on him. Spitting
Right.
on somebody in a pandemic. What?
It's like life or death. That's basically like you taking a knife to my throat.
In a pandemic is bad enough.
yeah,
Just in real life, if you spit on a motherfucker before
I mean,
COVID,
minus the pandemic,
you
right?
could still die, like get your ass
Yeah.
whooped type shit. Like, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
First
these,
of all, I'm suing you. Second of all, I'm sending some goons to find out who you is.
It might not even get that far.
Nah, yeah. It's for me. It would like
that's why Cats got mad
like
at
you have
LeBron
to,
when he
man.
said
Like
that. LeBron said, "We want to know who this motherfucker is." And everyone's
Expose
like,
him.
"What you gonna
Yeah.
do, LeBron?" Like,
I think you need. I mean, because you can't do anything, right? You know, because you can't
Oh, you
punch
can
him in the
definitely do
face.
something.
LeBron said the right
Hold
thing.
on.
Expose
I
these
think because
motherfuckers.
I
Like,
think because you can't punch him in the face. So I think now you got to pay. You got to be. I think there's for lack of a better word, there's a public humiliation that needs to happen.
Nah,
And
Rex. Think about it this way, man.
no, hold on, real quick. I think you
I
need to
agree.
be shamed. You need to be shamed, and then I think you need to be held accountable. Whether
you
it's
gotta
a
wear that
bullshit
scarlet
ticket,
letter.
yeah, you got to be. And then when it's a ticket, it might be, hey, you know what? I did that. Now you're banned from all public games. You know what I'm saying? Not just you can't go to the Knicks game or whatever team.
Vince Carter made a great point today. He said when Sheed was talking about all this and everything, and they asked Vince about it, he said the thing that made me mad is that didn't sit right with me was this guy. He said if Russell he said Russ had like fucking 4 people holding him back, restraining him, 5 people, whatever. If Russell would have gone into the stands, the repercussions of what happened to Russell. He said, "What happens to these guys?" And even the guy that spit on Trae Young, they
Get
asked to leave.
and then you get sent home.
Yeah,
I mean, not even sent home. Not even sent home. You just got to leave here.
Yes,
They're
not like physically escorted out. And that's what he said. You got to physically escort these cats out. Like you got to grab them and be like, "You done, son?" Like the way you would do it to the way you would treat Russell Westbrook on the fucking street if he did some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
If I spit on you, Tony, no disrespect. If I'm sitting in the game and I spat whatever on you, I would probably get arrested.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, like let's not be naive, bro. Like let's really think about the amount of money these cats got and the amount of influence they have.
Who? The players or
the players.
Any of the above that you mentioned.
Yeah, or anybody that has that kind of money. Like you're gonna sign a no clause if I put you in the position to sign a no clause. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna shut the fuck up if I put you in that position. And anybody with that kind of money, man, has the ability to do that, bro. Like we all know that. Like we all know that there is enough money or enough enough gangster shit to make you sign something. You know what I mean? Like
a clause meaning what kind of clause?
To shut the fuck up, and you can't bring this conversation back up no more.
Or
that
like an
conversation
NBA
is done, dude. Like any of that, NBA,
Cease and desist.
Oh
real
yeah,
estate.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, you can shut motherfuckers up, man. So yeah, Trae Young may not, and I'm not gonna say I don't know what he's gonna do, obviously, but
I mean, you can
like
address it, but he's not gonna be like.
If homeboy wanted to be touched, he could be touched, and he's going to sign the paperwork to shut the fuck up about it. No question. There's no question.
But I think that cat though. All right, so I'm gonna change the scenario, right? So if it's like, I know it's not apples to apples, but if you're driving and you get a fine, I guess call it drinking or something, your license is suspended or taken away, right? I think that's kind of a similar. Your public game access or whatever should be kind of taken away or suspended as well, right? On top of a fine, I don't know if that makes sense, but again, like I'm thinking, like now if you did this, what you can go to what game was this? Oh, Houston was playing who? Or not Houston, but the Wizards were playing who again?
Philly.
So why can't he go to the Eagles game? I mean, that shit seems like unfortunately that shit happens at the Eagles game all the time, right?
Oh, you said like he should be banned from all this shit.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's worse than getting your ass beat.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree. It should be like you're banned from every stadium in the
Yeah.
city.
I mean, that's what I think. because that's the only way.
Under the Pete Rose Act.
Basically. Well, exactly. Joking, but being serious. Now, you ban Pete Rose all time from all things because of this. You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
that shit, by the way. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
That's a fact. That's a triple fact.
That's as dumb as the Barry Bonds shit.
Unfortunately, the year after Pete Rose passes, they're going to put that nigga in the Hall of Fame.
I was going to say that. They're going to wait till the nigga die.
They're going to wait till that nigga die.
They're going to do that with Pete Rose. They're going to do that with Barry Bonds. They're going to do that.
Posthumous, yeah.
Mark McGwire, like, they going to do that shit, bro. And
hold on. That year with Mark McGwire and
Sosa.
Yeah, that shit was some wild shit.
That was fun.
It was.
That was fun, but it was some wild. That was some video game shit, bro.
But none of them motherfuckers is Barry Bonds.
With the video game with the cheat code.
But it really what I mean, man. That's a whole nother day. But really, they ain't had no cheat code, man.
Man, what?
What?
Are you bro?
What is the cheat code?
Rex? The steroids?
They had
so you mean like
hold on a second.
Enhancements?
What is a cheat code that can make your hands and eyes coordinate? I mean, if you hit, hold on a second.
Cocaine.
Come on, bro. What I'm trying to say, like, if you're hitting,
I know what you're saying, Rex. I know.
If I hit the ball 300 feet and that's a home run, and if I hit the ball 307
hand-eye coordination is two different things.
It is.
What else is different? I mean,
that is.
So
you're right. No, you're right.
So what is the? I think we all could probably agree to say none of these cats. Hold on a second. None of these. None of these cats were probably injecting themselves with something that was making them hit a ball faster, farther, more often. Any of that, right?
It was making them stronger, I guess is the argument.
It was making them stronger.
Right?
They were already talented, man.
Yeah. It wasn't making them stronger. The weights are doing that shit.
But those two, those cats. But Bonds was a home run. Bonds was a home run hitter his whole career.
Bonds was a great hitter.
But Sammy and Mark McGwire weren't necessarily.
Sammy grew into be Mark McGwire's rookie year hit 49 home runs.
He did.
His rookie year.
That's right.
So that's what I'm saying. None of these things have changed. You know what I mean? If you really...
So you got to explain the size difference, bro. Help me understand the size difference between...
Weights.
Barry... You're a fucking lie, bro. You're
weights,
fucking
man. What kind
of fucking weights, man? What are you talking
about?
Bro,
what I'm thinking, what any of that shit would do is just make you recover faster. And it's not steroids. It makes you, it gives you more endurance, is what I'm trying to say.
I think we got to go back to what Rex said. I think we got to really go back to what Rex said earlier, because that's the main point in this conversation, and it's the realest point in this conversation. There's no... Whatever they took does not make you be able to hit.
No, they already have to be talented, man. They have to be talented already. But if you add fucking steroids to the mix,
but what is so? How do you? Then you
really,
bro. I'm gonna hit you with another thing.
Hold on. Kurt Schilling and everybody was using this shit at that point.
And Kurt Schilling didn't look like no fucking muscle man.
He looked like an old man the whole motherfucking time.
I'm gonna tell you. Here, listen to this real quick. I'm gonna tell you. And
was also bleeding.
No, hold on.
Bleeding at the fucking side of his leg.
But listen, he also racist, so fuck him.
We're not talking about that. Listen real quick. What I was gonna say is now I kind of forgot what the fuck I was saying. Oh, there's certain like things that you could buy at the time, and even still now, that you could buy like over the counter that you test positive for. Yeah. Yes. So what I'm trying to say is like
that shit was Balco though. That shit was not.
Bro, I don't. What is Balco? Balco is just like a company. That was like a
pharmaceutical company.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Anybody trying to hit from you with this bullshit, man?
They got everybody caught up.
But what
Rex on some bullshit.
Nah, man. That shit ain't make them cats. They didn't make them cats hit that ball farther.
That motherfucking Barry Bonds' head was the size of a
There is a reason why those steroids are outlawed, why they're banned in multiple sports, in the Olympics, in fucking horse racing. There's a reason. It's performance enhancers, period.
Period.
Bro, I can take I can take pre-workout, and that's muscle enhancing.
Man, why
I can
you
buy
keep fighting with this,
No,
man?
what I'm trying to
No,
say
that's
is
real shit. Like we need to talk about this shit.
because it is because creatine at one point is
was considered
That's
a
not
bannable
what, that's
shit.
not what they
and
were
I got
testing
fucking
for, bro.
creatine upstairs.
That's not what they
Yes,
were
it
testing
is.
for, though. No, they
Yes,
wasn't
it
testing for
is.
creatine, bro.
What the fuck were they
No,
testing for?
but Aubrey, the conversation switched from that. It wasn't about what they were taking because at the end of the day, none of them shits can make you be a better fucking baseball player or a better
I already
hitter.
said that.
Hand-eye coordination, you
Yo,
cannot.
Tony B, I already said that, man.
The extra shot,
I agree.
the quote unquote extra injection that you're saying that Roger Clemens took didn't make his fastball or his curveball drop even further.
It might have
You know
made
what I'm
Kurt
saying?
Schilling bleed out of his motherfucking jersey or some shit, but I don't know if it did anything else. Like,
Shit.
I mean, come on, no. You know what I'm
Man.
saying?
Whatever, man.
I don't-
You know who needed some steroids that got him now?
Who?
Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown.
That nigga Kwame Brown.
That motherfucker is on full live
my G,
steroid ego. I love it though.
my G, did you see the because the way you just said that, Stephen A. Smith like put together like a highlight.
Kwame
Real-
Brown about to be in Geico commercial. Watch.
Yeah,
it.
he about to
Kwame
get money.
He about to shit on Stephen A. Smith again.
Kwame Brown
Tomorrow,
about to get back smacked in the
Yo,
head.
he about to get money though. Watch what I tell you.
But how would
Oh, he definitely is. He's definitely going to get a endorsement off of this.
Yeah, 100% he is. 100%.
Kwame Brown has been indirectly the butt of the joke since he came in the NBA after his first 2 months.
Only
of the
because
season.
of Jordan.
Well, it's crazy.
Jordan.
Well, it's
Only
imagine
because
how
of
many
Michael Jordan.
because you're connected to Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You know
so
what I mean?
can we get
But
the quick
look how many-
What
backstory?
does that mean? I mean, it's the same
Can we
thing,
get the
man.
quick backstory on him real quick so everybody who might not be
Tony,
familiar with this motherfucker? He
you
was
know
the
you're the
number one
historian,
pick.
T.
No, I'm just saying, like you just said, Rex, he was the number one draft pick, and
Yeah,
he was the first number one draft pick to ever come straight out of high school. Ever.
Change the game.
Ever. And he had a scholarship, I believe, from Florida, but he went
To the NBA.
went straight to the NBA. This was 2001, right?
So with that, real quick, so I'm gonna add an interjection in there. So in all plausibility, it wasn't like he was like an unheard of person that was like at Saint Miller High School in the middle of Iowa that somebody happened to see one day and was just like, oh, so you know what I'm saying? He was a highly touted cat.
He was, yes, one of the top players. I think top two players in the country at that time when he was in high school. And then Jordan was the president of the Wizards,
And he was coming in to change the game.
Yep. And so now, then
It was an easy mistake.
yeah, so like it was what it was, and now then he became the butt of the jokes because like he moved around or whatever. But now he's like, yo, I ain't
He
taking
made an
shit
honest
from
living,
nobody.
man. He
What'd
made
you
an
say,
honest
Aubrey?
living, bro. He made an honest living, man.
Bro,
He made
shit.
60 million plus.
It's Jesus.
It's a probably 100, 200 niggas in the NBA that wish they was Kwame Brown. Because look at this. This cat ain't never probably scored more than 18 points, and here we are still talking about him 15, 18 years later.
Yeah, he
Facts.
took he worked it, man. I can't
He
be
didn't even
mad.
work
Like,
it. He didn't even work it. Work what?
I'm saying,
The
like,
nigga
what
didn't
happened
get a
with
chance
him.
to
I'm talking
work
about-
what?
Yeah,
What the fuck
talking
he get to
about,
work?
He worked
the-
this situation.
This situation, the social media shit, like
He started selling merchandise when he was like, because he was saying shit like, "Oh, you going?" He was like, "Now you about to get some of my mama's cooking." He was like, "I'm my mama's son," and he started going in this whole rant about that shit, and people started like that shit started trending, and he turned it into a merchandise line,
Right.
and he's selling that shit now.
Somebody
So
got
he's
at that
he's
nigga.
maximizing his moment,
yeah, of course.
But Stephen A. Smith made
He
a
was
good
in the
point
league for
when he
12 years, G.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith made a good point when he was shitting on him today, because he was basically saying like, "Hey man, nobody was talking about you as a man or as a person. We talking about you as a shitty basketball player that didn't, not even shitty."
Oh,
They
I
were
see
saying.
it now. This is
That's
say
fair.
Kwame about to light Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, he's gonna go off on his ass because
He
Stephen A.
said something
Smith.
about for 2 minutes.
Stephen A. Smith went like. So was saying I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and then he went like on a
And then
whole,
he
the whole fucking
Oh,
shit
I'm
was
about
in.
to watch this shit.
Stephen A. Smith was like stomping, like he was like, "See right there, what the fuck?" Like I mean, like the whole video was like, and he was like, "Look at your man." He was like, "This is your." Basically, he was like, "This is your God." Like, it was crazy, man. And so I was like, "Oh man, Kwame is about to cook this motherfucker today." But I want to ask y'all about this too because one of the points Kwame Brown.
Quote unquote, Kwame Brown is, I mean, he's not listed on here, but Kwame Brown is probably, I mean, while we all clown him, I'm not saying we all clown him, but I would think Darko Milicic is probably a bigger bust than Kwame Brown. You know what I mean?
He only played in the league.
Was he number one though?
He was a number one ahead of like, I don't know if he was number one. He might have been number two. He was ahead of like D Wade and like Melo and all them niggas.
Detroit, right?
The nigga that went to Detroit, yeah. You know, I think he might have went behind LeBron. That's what I'm saying. Like, is he might be even? I mean,
Kwame was coming straight out of high school, so like I don't know how you can make that. Maybe it's a bust because Mike was attached to it too.
I think that's what I'm saying.
That's the only reason.
That's what I mean. Because you would even say a nigga like Greg Oden was a bigger bust than Kwame Brown. You know what I mean?
Greg Oden, big bust.
I'm just thinking about it.
No, you're right. Like because like, and I think it's fucked up because like
Kwame had no expectations.
Yeah, he was in fucking 18. Like
the nigga coming out of high school.
He was 18. Like, and then they said like, you know, they were trying to like put it on Mike, and then he was basically saying like he's not mad at
Sam Bowie.
Oh, Sam Bowie,
man,
number 2.
But you know what I'm saying?
Jordan, what I hope say a ball for real. Y'all Sam Bowie.
But you know what I mean? Like them cats, I feel like them cats are probably bigger like bust because it ain't. You know what I mean?
I don't think he deserves this. You're right, Rex. I don't think he deserves that biggest bust. Like he was dope in high school, but you was dope in high school.
Tony B, you was dope in high school on basketball. You know what I'm saying? And we see how that translated.
No, he was.
That was it. That was in
Aubrey, what'd he say?
That was in another sport. That was in another sport.
That was all
That was
in the
another
NBA
ball.
jams.
That was in 8th grade
I
when
remember
everybody's
when he was
5'5".
playing
That was
I heard that, Beto.
I fuck you, Beto. That was in tennis and wrestling. But
that was on the video game side. My bad.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Kwame Brown. But anyway, yeah. Him and Steven going to box.
But I mean, if Kwame and Drake want to go 2-on-1, I'll beat both them motherfuckers. What, man? Shit, man. Like,
WWE. Fuck it. So you got, what's this, Memorial Weekend. So by the time it gets lit, it'll probably be just after Memorial Weekend, getting ready for the summer here, right?
Summer's upon us, man. It already feels like it. Well, not today, but
today now this couple of days feels like back to
feels
spring,
like back in March, yeah.
Fall.
it's basically, but yeah, today was cold as shit. Like, but yeah, I guess like summertime size, like kind of
Summer
on the horizon, right? Like
summertime everywhere except Melbourne, Australia.
oh yeah.
Oh, they shutting down?
They're shutting it back down over there.
Exactly, 100%.
Maybe another couple places too, but specifically, I heard that was cooking up right now.
Well, how do y'all feel about this shit opening back up so soon? Like, I mean, like it seems like it's like soon, like that's coming up like around the corner, and like it's not just that; it's they like looking ahead across the summer into the fall. They opening up the festivals like mad deep, like with.
I mean, honestly, me, I feel fine because I'm vaxxed. I honestly feel like I got a superpower. You know, it's like, no, I'm good. I could go anywhere.
So,
you know?
So let me ask you this, Beto. When you're out now, like, do you feel like you could be more relaxed with the masks and the social distancing?
If I'm outside, I feel very relaxed. If I'm still indoors and, you know, I still try to respect other people around me. So I'll wear a mask. So, you know, if I'm at a restaurant with my family, it'll be off. But then server comes and, you know, I'll try to put it back on. And then once they leave, then I take it off. So, but I mean, overall, I still got to wear a mask regardless because, you know, you still have to right now. But once they lift it, then,
okay.
I'm
trying
free.
to, I mean, like, I'm also vaccinated, but I'm trying to figure that out. Like, everywhere I go, I'm still like I'm walking down the street with when I get out my whip, I'm walking down the street with my mask on.
With your mask? Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know, if it's a habit or because I'm still nervous. I don't know.
Yo,
Like,
keep it. Yeah, keep that habit. I think we're gonna live like that for the rest of our lives.
I'm still like looking at motherfuckers
until you
when they
start
don't
forgetting
when
about
they
it.
yeah, because like when I'm in places, I'm still looking at motherfuckers sideways when they not wearing their mask right or they ain't wearing a mask. Like
Right.
it bothers me.
Well, it's because
Like,
cats is
they get too soft.
no, it ain't even too soft. It's
Too soft with they get too comfortable.
To
no,
relax.
not,
yeah.
I mean that too. But I mean, if they're telling you can do it, they're doing it, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's the thing. The CDC, I think.
So it's CDC, whoever the fuck else. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
No, the
mixed
CDC.
messaging.
The CDC fucked up real
Bro,
bad
it's
when they
everything.
said.
It's every. You know what I'm saying? It's across the board. But go ahead, see with the CDC, because go ahead. I'm gonna let you hit that one real quick.
I just think it's super fucked up with how they said if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask in any setting. That sets a fucking very dangerous precedent because there's no way to verify who's vaccinated or not. So if I wasn't vaccinated, I could
Just
still
say you are.
Yeah, I could just be like, if somebody
Yeah.
pulls up on me and says, "Hey man, put your mask up," I'd be like,
No, I'm
"I'm fully vaccinated."
But how do you prove it?
Even if I'm not, and then if they say prove it, I'll be like, "Fuck you! I ain't got to prove shit." So
You're the vaccination authority.
Yes.
Authority.
yes, so I feel like it was very irresponsible for the CDC to say, "Hey, we're saying that if you're fully vaccinated, you can do this," because I know what they were trying to do, which is be like, think it was a trigger for people to go get vaccinated if they don't gotta fucking wear a mask. But it's not. There's no way to document it or prove it other than the card, and the U.S. is never gonna implement a fucking vaccination card or passport where you got to show that shit. Yes, you got to say like, I got this for XYZ or show a negative test to get to like concerts or whatever, but you're not going to have an ID that says I'm vaccinated or not in the US, right? Like,
Right.
so it's going on the trust system and the honor system, and that shit is never going to work in the US ever.
I ain't even gonna talk about this shit in 2 years.
Who knows?
I mean, outside of the historical
We are still going to
aspect
talk
of
about
it.
this shit from 2
All right.
years. I know
All right.
people that are still trying to recover from this shit right now that have had it since last year. So I'm sure we're still going to be talking about this shit for at least 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
I mean, that's a fucking fact.
Yeah, I think.
I didn't say it wasn't, but I said okay. It will
depending
be,
on
but
how-
it won't be a mainstream thing. It won't be
Well,
as.
no, I
go
mean,
ahead.
depending on new variants or new literally like shutdowns. Like again, Australia's shutting down. If literally Italy shuts down, let's say
Jamaica's been
Canada
kinda
shuts
shut down.
down.
Canada, it might have just is still back and forth.
We're gonna be talking about this for a while.
I think what Rex said is right though, because like the thing is like it's become politicized now, right? So it's gonna the way it's talked about is gonna change with the election cycles and with the news cycles, right? The way it's gonna get talked about outside of the science is gonna be politicized and gonna be charged up, where it's gonna be made to be a trigger point.
Oh, sure. Them versus us, them, trying to take our freedoms, and then those who don't believe this is a real thing, and, and it's just going to be politicized, and it's just going to be weaponized.
Yeah, and that's a fucked up thing about this. Is this should not have anything to do with politics. It should be 100% be about public health, like, and that's it, like, And I think it's crazy that what happens if we, going back to what we were talking about, which like everything opening back up and everything. That's again the end goal, but if we accelerate everything too fast without being situated, like, what's the end result of that? Like, do we have to then reset and then start all back?
Recycle that shit all over again, right?
Yeah, man. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to go back
basically.
to like square one, right? Like, I don't
Right.
think any of us do, right? So, like, I'm like, what if we've already spent a year plus
Locked
doing
up.
this, like what is like extending it a little bit till we figure this all the way the fuck out, so we don't have to hit that
Bro,
hard
you're never gonna
reset.
figure this shit all the way out.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like,
Because you ain't
businesses
in
got to get
control.
back. Like, businesses got to
No,
get
it ain't
back.
even business got to get back. It just, you know what I mean? You'll just never figure it. We'll never figure it out. You
No,
know, 'cause
I mean,
we don't have access.
I mean, now that they got these, like, they're trying to figure out like how we're gonna enforce this and everything. Yeah, like I saw today, like somebody that I went to college with, they posted some shit about like where they live in, and their like school district or whatever sent this letter saying like vaccines are not mandated for the kids, masks are mandatory, and all. Like, I mean, it was flexible as shit. But again, it's in Indiana, in a state where the mayor has said like masks are not mandatory anymore. So like, how do you like when it comes to enforcing all this stuff? Like, again, like a Lollapalooza at Pittsburgh. Lollapalooza is expecting 100,000 people per day, and that's 3 days. Pitchfork is like 19,000 people. How can you? But Pitchfork said they're going to be like more strict about the mask than Lala did. How do you enforce that though when there's that many people? 100,000 people watching fucking J Electronica or whoever? No, that's.
I ain't going nowhere near.
Nah, I mean,
No,
we ain't
I mean,
either.
you
But
have
I'm
to
saying, like,
manage
who? And think about the people they're gonna put in charge of managing that. It's gonna be like the
23-year-olds.
minimum wage pay. Yes, the people that ain't getting paid shit as volunteers for that shit. Hey, you're in crowd control. Make sure if you see somebody not wearing a mask, right, make sure they pull it up. You want them to get like beat up and or cussed
spit
out
on.
or spit on, right? Like for what, like $5.25 an hour? Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
So it's like obviously you're gonna get the response. So you got to show a test or you got to have a vaccine, whatever, one of those two to get in, right?
That's what Pitchfork is.
No, Lollapalooza too. Yeah, I mean, I saw it. Yeah,
Okay.
so I was looking at it. So quote unquote, right? There's checks and balances. The same checks and balances you do to get into to basically, well, actually a little bit ahead more than you get into like your dinner or wherever your reservation. So of course you're gonna get X amount of people who are gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna wear a mask. It's gonna be 100 degrees, or it's gonna be raining, or a combination of both, right? And next thing is what? It's going to be the same thing, right? But I guess just kind of everybody open.
Well, restaurants
lackadaisical.
Restaurants aren't even. All the restaurants aren't even doing that anymore. There's no temperature. Like some of them aren't even. Some places are.
You don't
a lot
have
of
to,
businesses
I guess,
are.
right?
Yeah, you don't have to because of the mask mandates and the phases changing and everything. And when people don't have to do shit, they're not going to do it because they feel like it's intrusive to their customers, and it's going to create people being like, I ain't fucking with this place no more. So you got those issues. Like, and so I get it from a business perspective, but that's why, like, as fucked up as the word mandate sounds, like, we need mandates for this shit. Like,
but you can't mandate that shit.
But if it's but there was right before the mandates are what's getting lifted, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I take it back. I don't. There's only certain things you can mandate, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you can't mandate common sense, and I think that's that's the fucked up part because, like, Rex, you made a fucking great point about when we're talking about Melbourne going back into lockdown and everything. You were also talking about like what's up with all these incentives to get the vaccine,
bro.
And that's
I
crazy.
literally saw the other day $5 gift card to come in and get a vaccine.
That's crazy.
They're paying people now?
$5 gift card.
Beto, what'd you see too? You saw that Rex saw a gift card to get a vaccine. Beto, you saw the motherfucking
No, it wasn't even a gift card, bro. I'm telling you, a $5 gift card. What can you actually get with $5? Yes.
You can't even get a fucking basic coffee from like Starbucks,
bro.
with $5.
What do you get? But that's what I'm saying. Like,
or at the fucking gas station for that.
So there's all types of stuff. I mean, you got like a burger and fry fries, right? I've seen that. I don't know
You
where I
can
see
get
it.
all the unhealthy shit.
But why? It's unhealthy. But why? I I don't know.
Why are they extending?
It confuses
Yo,
me, man.
Krispy Kreme tried to do that shit too.
Krispy Kremes was given all the unhealthy stuff. Why are you incentivizing?
Yo, man, I'm about to run up on Krispy Kreme and scam them. I'm already vaccinated. I'm about to get some Mad Donuts.
United Airlines, I think they're having like a big raffle. If you sign up and upload a picture of your Vax card, I think you get it into a drawing, and then you for a chance to win. I think it's a year of free flights.
United sucks though. Like, so
Wow.
that's not even a fucking benefit. Like,
So why are they doing that? But they don't. I don't know. You could incentivize a lot of other things. You know,
the incentives are weird to me, man, because it's like
it's weird.
I get why they're doing it, like in theory, but it's just I get like like the gut, like like when I sent you guys that shit about what was it? California was doing like a lottery or whatever, like, and I think a few states are doing that, right? Like, where like if you've been vaccinated, you can win like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 $1 million prize or whatever. Lottery prize, right?
Yeah. I think I want to say Iowa's even doing like I think $1 million scholarship. I think.
Oh shit!
Where all these things is coming from? Why you can't have been incentivizing other life shit since life's been going though? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know.
Maybe I mean
maybe they got money for this, right?
Maybe maybe
where the money come from?
Maybe the money
Where
the
did
money
always
or,
come from, Rex?
or just
But
the
that's what I'm
urgency
saying.
of now.
It's just I don't know, man. All these things just can kind of make me confused. You know, and not even confused.
It's bad.
Like,
It was
I
bad
don't know what it is,
messaging.
but,
Like, from a PR perspective, like I understand why. Like every time me and you have talked about the shit, and we talk about like uncertainties and everything, like, and especially like when you're telling me shit, like this is what I'm looking at, and I'm hearing shit that I might not have heard. I'm always just like, damn, it's eye opening because it's like, as much as I'm looking into shit, you might find some other shit that I don't even see, right? So,
right. Why don't you incentivize me to eat better on a normal? You know what I mean? Instead of charging me $17 for a salad and $1 for 55 nuggets, why don't you? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you incentivize me that way?
Rex, that's so fucking real because I meant to text you on this earlier. I was literally going to I was like, man, when I was at the grocery store, I was like, I just wanted something quick to eat for dinner tonight, right? So I was like, let me grab a pizza. But I was like, you know what? I want to grab a healthy pizza. So like there was these joints with like
that's an oxymoron.
I know,
Right.
but I know.
It is, but it isn't. But it is.
I know, but
because it is possible.
I wasn't thinking of the healthy pizza until I looked over
It's
and
not
I
as
saw,
bad pizza.
I saw right next to each other the exact same pizza, but one was plant-based chicken and one was not plant-based chicken, regular chicken.
One was $30, the other was $9.
That's exactly what it is, bro. So I looked over and it was the same fucking brand, the exact same fucking pizza.
Oh, for real?
Yes, it was. I'm not gonna. I guess I shouldn't have you edit the name out.
You don't need it.
Yeah,
but
no.
So
Yeah.
it was literally the exact same motherfucker, and I was like, and I grabbed the plant-based one, and I was like, holy shit, this motherfucker is way more expensive, and I was like, I couldn't justify paying that much more than for the regular chicken. Like I was like,
I can get a 2-liter of pop for $1.99 or less, and I can get a bottle of 12 ounces of water for probably about the same, if not more.
they make it expensive to.
But you want to incentivize me to take a shot to do all these other things. But what about the day-to-day normality?
What about them day-to-day normalities? So
Exactly.
last question: what would it take for, hypothetically speaking, not in necessarily a real world setting, but all of us, Beto, Rex, Aubrey, hypothetically speaking,
I like how you keep saying hypothetical.
what would it take?
Because there's already at least 1.5 no's somewhere in here.
What is the incentive that if they were like, yo, man, this is what these government fucking I don't know, these cats came up and was like, yo, they're sending you an email or whatever about incentives, and they were like, does this work? And you could be like, nah, this is actually what will work. What would it take for y'all to do this? To
take a shot?
To take what? To take the
to get what?
To consider the vaccine, or just anything for if the government.
I won't answer that question.
If the government is trying to incentivize you with like a fucking $20,000, or United is trying to incentivize you with a free flight to Hawaii, what would incentivize you to? What would it take for the government for you to get paid out to do something?
If I had free flights, I'd take that motherfucker.
So you might not even live to see one free flight.
Yeah, right.
Wait, so Aubrey, you would take the vaccine for a free flight?
Yeah, who knows if I took it. But yeah, I would take
Hypothetically speaking,
I would definitely take free flights.
That's a free flights. Come on,
Aubrey,
bro. Think how much money you're saving on the flights.
I don't even think I could. Hypothetically, I don't know. I'm thinking for others. You know what I mean? Just like right now,
Aubrey will do it for
free pasta vazoo.
Pornhub Platinum.
With the Pornhub Platinum.
Beef brisket.
Premium.
What was it? Beef brisket, Aubrey?
With the Italian marinara vodka sauce.
Depending on what kind of beef it is.
With that rigatone.
Spicy rigatoni.
That Tony rigatoni.
Mixing the vaccine into the vodka sauce.
He got that Moderna
into the gravy.
He got that Moderna sauce
with the meatballs.
No, you should do a show
meatballs.
like that, Tony. Before we put this out, you should go ahead and lock that up.
The Moderna meatballs.
That Moderna sauce.
That's so hilarious.
That shit good, Aubrey.
That's funny. Hashtag Moderna sauce. Y'all ain't biting our shit.
But that I think that's what definitely I feel one of the convoluted messages is like, damn, motherfuckers going hard in the paint. You know what I mean? With them incentives.
Yeah,
bro. The incentives are crazy, like, and it never stops. It never stops. And Rex, I think you said does it lessen the message or something, or cheapen the message, right?
Right. Does it water it down?
It cheapens the value of the message.
Because I feel like this. I think the problem with this is it has a good intention, but on the flip side of it, everyone that's against it is seeing this and they're like, God, y'all gotta pay motherfuckers again? Yeah. y'all gotta fucking give motherfuckers a massage and fucking send them to a first class flight to motherfucking spacecraft to Mars and shit, and give them a Tesla to get a fucking shot.
What I'm afraid of, man, is that 10 years from now, we're going to be sitting up watching TV and they're like, if you have these symptoms of
one of them Channel 50, one of them UPN midnight commercials.
Yeah, and your left eye went out.
When you were pregnant on Thursdays.
Be real, Aubrey, you're already asleep by 10.
That's a fact.
Right. So you ain't got to worry about that.
You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't
even going to see the infomercial to get the warning.
So they probably don't know about that UPN 50. That power.
UPN. I know UPN. That's what Wayne's Brothers and Jamie Foxx was on back in the day.
Yeah, y'all was catching the reruns. You ain't go to the opening party.
Nah, man. We was on the outside looking in.
You had to get cable for that.
That was included with WGA.
It was. That was the bonus.
It was.
All right, man. I'm about to go down. I'm about to go lay down with my old bird and try to.
But I just want to say real quick. Trust science, because the science is not going to steer you wrong, and make decisions based on what's best for you and your family. But fucking trust science and don't trust social media.
Everybody listen to Tony B.
Follow your gut. Trust the science. Do your math. Eat your vegetables. Say your prayers. You know what I mean? Cut all that bullshit out.
All right, man. Love, man. I'll holler at y'all niggas in a minute, man.
All right, y'all. We're going to holler at you next week. Yo, you've been rocking with Three Sides to a Story. Follow us on Instagram at Three Sides to a Story, on Facebook at Three Sides Podcast, on Twitter. Subscribe, tune in, and turn up on all podcast platforms.